What's goody, everyone? That Guy Ralf here with the part 2 of my Infinity War review, but this time it's spoilers. So, 11 spoilers will happen. I'm pretty much, this is going to be like the next part of the first video type idea, so pretty much fill in the gaps. To start it off, before I get started with the review, dad joke. I have 2 dad jokes. First one I'm going to give you, then the other one I'm going to give you at the end of the video. But this one is, who is Thor's favorite rapper? MC Hammer. Oh man, I thought that one was like super cheesy, but it was like perfect. The other one is actually, I think it's pretty good, kind of harsh, but anyways, moving forward, I'm actually gonna start with the bad, and then I'm gonna say the good. But the reason I'm gonna start with the bad is because a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I'm pretty sure a couple people disagreed with me putting a 7 out of 10. Just put it out there as my opinion, so, you know, I'm not going to change it because you don't agree with it. But I'm going to explain to you why I gave it 7 out of 10. To start off, the first thing that I said in the trailer was all the scenes that was in the trailer was the main scenes in the movie. Like, there was no extra scenes, well, there was, but no, like, real predominant scenes in the movie that wasn't shown in the trailer. Pretty much you see in the trailer, you seen the main thing that's going to happen. Pretty much it was very predictable just by watching the trailer. And I remember discussing it with my boy Chris, and we kind of already pinpointed some stuff when we had our discussion. Also, the main scene that I actually liked, that was predominant scene in the movie, was the Soul Gem scene. That actually stuck with me. It was a really good scene, and you get to see Red Skull, which is actually pretty cool, because I haven't seen Red Skull since, Avengers 1, and that was it. So it was good to see him again. I'm not going to lie to you. It was very good to see him. Also, one thing I didn't like was, with my girl, I'm pretty much expands what she said about the action scenes being pretty much like there was no in-between with the action scenes. Like, it was either, it was there and like phenomenal, and then it died down completely, and then boom, another action, boom, off the top. There was action from beginning to end. Yes, I will give it that. But it was no in between. Like, it also didn't ease into the action. Kind of just like, okay, tell story, tell story, tell story. Boom, big action scene. All right, stop that. Tell stories, tell stories, tell story. Boom, big action scene. There was no in between. I think that's what she meant. What else? Also, the trailers. I felt like the trailers and promotions was kind of misleading. Like, they trolled us hardcore, and a lot of people fell for it. But they made it seem like all the Avengers, all the characters in the MCU was coming together, and it kind of happened like that, but really didn't if you think about it. You see Tony Stark, Spider-Man, Strange, and Guardians of the Galaxy on one side. Then you see Captain America, Bucky, Black Panther, Vision on the other side. So it was very similar to what you've seen in Civil War. I think you added an extra couple characters. Also, yeah, if you think about it, just kind of swap some people around, added some people in. I don't know, I just felt like that was misleading. I was hoping to see more out of the characters, the heroes, and I didn't see much. I'm not saying that, because Thanos was pretty much the main focus point of the movie, which I thought was a great idea, and that's what I wanted to see. But what they promoted and what they gave was 2 different things. For example, people complained in Suicide Squad, and I'm not putting out any names, but they complained that Joker was like super promoted in the movie, and in reality, he was only in it for a couple minutes. So now that Marvel does it, people are not saying too much. And I'm sorry if y'all disagree with me. Honestly, I really don't care. This is my opinion. I'm not going to change it because you guys disagree. Also, going forward, Hulk, for example. You know, Hulk. I wanted to bring that up. Hulk. You see him in the wood in Wakanda, Wakanda running, and, you know, with everybody else, which is awesome to see, but it didn't happen in the movie. You actually only see Hulk once when he gets his ass whipped at the beginning of the film, which I thought was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Just, you get to just see Thanos, oh, like, fucking dope. Yeah, Now I'm going to like my two biggest concerns. One, Marvel still didn't take any real risks. Granted, you know, they snap of the finger, everybody was pretty much done. But at the same time, think about it. They didn't really kill off any major characters. I hate to say it. They killed off fan favorites, but they're not main characters. We just saw, like, the main people, the three people that actually, four, I'm going to say four, that got to me, that got disappeared, was Doctor Strange, because it's my favorite, that's my boy, it's my favorite. Spider-Man, because his death alone, and in the movie, he was really good. I actually really enjoyed him. It was one of my favorite parts of the movie. Spider-Man, Groot, because he's Groot. He's a cute, adorable little guy. And Black Panther, because Black Panther is actually a really cool character. And we got to see him in his movie, and I thought his movie was close to flawless. Which actually brings me to my next point. Underwhelming. I was speaking to my boy Conrad. Shout out to Conrad, bro. I know you watching this because you support you, man. Anyways, he said it. It was underwhelming, and everybody expected epic, and instead we got good. And that's the main reason why I'm giving it a 7. It didn't perform of what I wanted. As a geek, as a fan, as a person who loves this shit, I wanted to see more out of the movie. Instead, I got good. And good isn't bad. It's just not what you expect from a 10-year wait movie. So that is why I gave it a 7. I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted to give it a 8, a 9, even a 10 if I could. But I couldn't because it was an okay film. A couple slow parts, misleading on the trailers. I wanted to see more from the heroes because honestly, it's called Avengers Infinity War. I felt like the movie should have been called Avengers versus Thanos because that's what it felt like. Also, I wanted to see more from Black Order. They kind of just like watered them down. You didn't see much from Vision, Scarlet Witch either, which was, I felt like those two, they did look into a lot. Now I'm gonna bring into my next favorite things about the movie. The action scenes. As I said, they were kind of sprinkled in big parts and then dragged out. But when they was there, they was there. They were all the top. They were just phenomenal. CGI, great. I said that in the last video. I actually thought CGI was really good. There was obviously some mishaps, but honestly, I'm not going to take anything like 100%. So if it's good enough, it's good. Also, Thanos was my favorite part of the whole movie. I felt like he had the movie on his back. And I'm not saying it because he's a super strong guy with the gauntlet. I'm saying it because the acting that Brolin did in this character. First of all, he's a full CGI guy. Brolin is not even tall at all. He's taller than me because I'm short as shit. But for him to give a character that's very fictional, lifelike emotions through CGI was amazing. Like you can see when he was upset. You can see when he was serious. He came off as selfish but caring at the same time. Granted, not every villain needs to be like that. And honestly, I'm not even going to point out that death was the reason in the comics that he did everything. This was more like he needs to balance the universe. That's what he kept saying. That's what he said in the whole movie. That was another thing. He said it in the whole movie. We all knew it was going to happen, but everybody was still shocked. And the parts I cried at was the death of Loki. Granted, it's Loki, and he's kind of a dick, but it's my dick. He's my dick. But I like the character. I just like Hiddleston playing Loki. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, he's a favorite. And of course, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, because those two are my favorite Marvel characters. Two of my favorite Marvel characters. There are a couple other people, but I'm not gonna bring them up. Just right now, it's Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. And them dying hurt me because I want to see them and I miss them. But obviously, we know they're gonna come back because Spider-Man has a movie coming up, so we're most likely to see him. Also, Spider-Man's, I was reading an article, Spider-Man's death was very improvised by Tom Holland. I actually want to give some credit to that. Granted, it came off like a little like punk ass if you start thinking about it, but it was good. I'd be lying if I say it wasn't good. It was amazing. It made me cry. It's just more of the connection with these characters. What else did I like? Yeah, pretty much just Thanos. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like Thanos legit was like very good. It's just his acting. Um, the way they wrote him too, he's different. The same like demeanor and comes off, you know, but I don't know, something about him. Like my favorite scene with him actually was the flashback that Gamora had when he meets her in her homeland, you know, when she's a little kid, and he's like showing her the knife and like getting her to balance it, and he didn't want her to see what was going on, so he kind of like brushed her away from like, look, don't look over here, look over here. He's like, that, and she turns her head and goes, no, 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 over here, you gotta pay attention. And I thought that scene really like stuck out to me. Mainly because I was a dad. I'm dad. I was a dad. It was shit. I'm a dad, and I get it. You know, like you don't want your kids to see certain things. I think that was like really childish, but that was me. Also, it was good. In 10 year, but I will say 7 out of 10 still. The most I will give it is an 8, but I'm not, because I should have wanted to give it an 8. I shouldn't have to feel forced to give it an 8. I'm giving it a 7 still. Underwhelming. We waited 10 years for this, and I felt like it didn't deliver the quality that I was expecting. Overall, still a good film. Don't think I'm not saying it was ass or trash. It was good. C is good. 7 is good. It's good. Anything below that is on the kind of like the warning side, but 7 is good. Good enough to see. I do recommend it again. What else? That's pretty much it. I wasn't too heckler either about like it sticking to the comic origins. Honestly, with Marvel, I kind of just learned to forget that. I take it for what it is, and sticking to the universe that they developed with the cinematic, and it was good for what they have, but still typical. I want to see Iron Man die. I didn't see him die. Not saying that he didn't die wasn't like just because he didn't die didn't make it good. I'm just saying the 4 main characters, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, are still alive. Those are people you might want to like really cut off just for the sake of shock value, but you kept them alive. Also, people complaining about Peter Quill, you know, like in the moment that they're taking off the gauntlet and he messed it up. I honestly think it wasn't going to get far at all. Even though they did take it off, I still think Thanos would have kicked their ass. Thanos is... a lot of people are thinking like, oh, with the gauntlet, he ain't shit. Hey, let's face it, this man is fucking brutal. He is brutal. He has the skill, he has the mind, strength. I don't see why he couldn't take him down. The gauntlet just amplified everything. That's it. That's my opinion. All this is my opinion. All this is what I felt. You don't have to agree with me. You know, you just got to watch the video because I need more views. You have to share it because I want some more shares. Comment on it because I like to see comments. And subscribe to my channel because I can use more subscribers. That's it. The other dad joke. I'm going to end it off. What did Thanos say to Spider-Man? Don't bug me. Oh, man. I know that one was dark, but I felt like it went with the whole theme. It was just awesome. But it was, I saw it in like a website and it said Iron Man. But it could be interchangeable. So I was like, you know what? Fuck Thanos. Because why not, right? Oh, boy. Anyways, tell me what you thought. Again, comment, like, share, subscribe. As I said before, and I'm going to say it again. That Guy Ralf, 3rd favorite YouTuber. Infinity War spoilers. Also, rub your nipples. And have a good day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this, enjoy the rest of your day. And please give me some feedback. Tell me what you thought. Infinity War. Please go check it out. Make your own judgment. Make your own consensus. See what you think. Make your own spoiler video or post. Or a spoiler-free video or post. Alright? Peace, peace, homies.